Knicks family, welcome back to the God of Knicks podcast. I gotta pick your hands up. Man. Come on, don't do this. Not like that. Welcome back to the God of Knicks podcast. I'm your host, Reed. Of course, I'm here with my family. Listen. No matter what happens with these Knicks, we got some bloodline running through us, man. So that's the only thing that matters right now. Head up. You know what I mean? That's the only.
My head ain't down because I'm down. I'm writing down like the points I want to make, so I
Oh,
don't forget nothing.
you really about to go in? It's gonna be one of them shows. Then we want to show how you
Nah,
feeling, cuz.
some of the stuff I said already is just I just don't want to forget it.
Right. What about you, cuz? How you feeling?
I mean, it's obvious I'll be upset. It's my team. Follow them all season. You don't want to see it end like this, but it is what it is.
Unfortunately, that's where we are. So well let's go ahead and get into it, of course. So we are here because in game 5 we lost to the Atlanta Hawks 103-89. You know, same old, same old. You know what I'm saying? RJ and Randall continue to struggle. They were aggressive, but they definitely were struggling. Um Julius Randle had 23 points, 13 rebounds, 3 assists, 8 for 21 from the field, 3 for 9 from the 3-point line, negative 14 on a plus minus box. RJ Barrett had 17.7 rebounds, 5 assists, 5 for 14 from the field, 2 for 6 from the 3-point line, negative 13 in a plus minus box. They continue to struggle. I mean, it's like the Hawks know exactly what they were going to go to. They're both primarily the same guy, just at different positions sometimes, if we're really being honest. And yeah, they tried to exploit that a little bit. So what do you guys see?
I I'm confident that Atlanta knew they were going to win from the jump. I feel like Trey Young, whatever that secret they said they had, they implemented that, and they beat us every game, just about, except for that one game, and they confident they had the recipe, and it ain't hard to tell.
Right.
They went in there confident. They knew they were going to win that series. I think they wanted us at that 4-5 spot. They didn't care about home court advantage. It didn't matter to them.
Mm-hmm.
They're better shooters. Trey Young is a killer.
For sure.
First, I don't want to hear nothing about RJ Barrett and any of these young cats. When you got somebody like Trey Young in his first playoff series, destroying the team like that. Again, if you got it, you got it. Trey Young got it. I think he's got a bright future. However, I do feel like Quickly could be like a future Trey Young, at least to some degree.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Of course, he doesn't have the time and the minutes to get that type of that type of shine, or let's see if he could develop into that player. But I guess that all evolves around what we do as far at our point guard position. If the Knicks believe in him and they have him play more, that's one thing. But Trey Young is a killer. I think you got to tip your hat to that dude.
Right.
I feel like he single-handedly dismantled the Knicks.
For sure.
There was like nobody over there. Like other guys hit shots, things like that. But they, who was it that said it? Oh, Draymond Green said you either got to stop his penetrating or you got to stop the alley-oops.
Right.
You can't have him do both. And the Knicks couldn't stop either. And I think Randall was exposed. Randall looked like the first-year Knicks player in the playoff series.
Pretty much.
Dribbling too much, like we said in that text during the game.
Right.
He's dribbling too much. I'm sorry. It's the fucking playoffs. What are you doing?
I think this playoff series, like I said last show, I believe that this playoff series needed to happen more than because a lot of the back and forth was either you go to the playoffs and even if you're eliminated in the first round, you guys experience something, and a lot of guys pushback was, well, what if you go to the playoffs and you're eliminated in 4 or you even win 1 game? Is that worth going to the playoffs versus tanking?
And I'm like, still experience.
Absolutely. You know what I mean? Yes.
Yeah, what you gonna say? Yo, let's go home now instead of going to the first round and lose.
Yeah, of course. So that's part of what I understand. People want to go to the tanking and getting the best player. And listen, man, I've
You wanna
never,
go
I've
home
never
early?
trusted the draft.
Fuck the first round. You just go. You wanna go home now? All right.
Basically, that's what they're saying. Like, no, I'm not doing
I,
that. Go ahead.
I hear what you say, Dre. And I think it's true. I don't think anybody had a handle of Trey Young, but I do believe that the Knicks played themselves out of this series as well. They like I mentioned in the text, the group chat that we have, and I was just like, yo, who are these guys? They're not playing the way that they were playing throughout the season, which got
No,
them to this stage.
let me tell you something.
And
Go ahead.
and again, Trey, they couldn't guard him. They kept trying to. I don't know what they were trying to steal a ball from him or something, and he was doing the same move every single time into a floater. 3-point shot, you could live and die with that. That's fine. But like when he's driving, what else is he gonna do? He's either gonna throw the lob or he's gonna throw that floater. Either way, I mean, like it's very rare that he went for a layup or he definitely is not dunking. So I just don't understand why they didn't guard him differently.
Let me tell you something. I love Derrick Rose and what he did in this series. Today was like his first bad game or like his worst game, but he can't be the starter. He can't be. He's not putting enough pressure on Trey Young. We got like 5 free throws, I think, before the half. I think we got to the free throw line 5 times, I think it was. I'm gonna tell you one glaring thing that I think hurt the Knicks, and it's not anything that had to do with the players. We don't have a center to put pressure. Remember, I talked about having a scoring center.
Yeah.
So one person that came to mind is called Anthony Towns. Clint Capella didn't get into foul trouble. Nobody in the paint had to worry about anything.
Yo,
Ever.
Clint sat there all game, all series long, and didn't pick up.
They did nothing. Nobody was ever in foul trouble.
We can go back and check. I guarantee you, he had no more than
3 fouls a game.
6 fouls in this entire series.
Yo, this dude, he was sitting in the paint. He was protecting the paint.
Maybe 8.
Yeah, but I get what you're saying because again, there was no pressure put on the center. The only person you had to worry about was Julius Randle, who you didn't have to worry about.
Right.
Because if he's having a bad game, forget it.
He's gone.
You had RJ Barrett, who might give you some points, might not. It still didn't seem like he was a factor.
No.
Only person you had to worry about now was Derrick Rose. So, and this was my thing. So Randle, I think we saw he was exposed. Like I said in the text, I feel like he was a little exposed because now you had a Julius Randle where now we know what we're going to get in the playoffs for Julius Randle. He was trying to be relaxed. It looked like he was too relaxed.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Then he tried to perform. It was like he was turning off. And then after every play,
yeah,
and all that shit, get up and go. We got, like these dudes is not like Randle as of right now is not built for like the playoffs. He's not like playoff Randle. That center game is a big handicap for the Knicks. They got to go. Even if we had Mitchell Robinson, because think about this, right?
That's what I was going to ask you. If Mitch was playing, would it be different?
If Mitch is playing, because Mitch is not a scorer. He might have been down there getting you more rebounds and maybe a putback dunk here and there. But
we
what would that
those.
Give? Maybe 8 points a game?
Mm-hmm.
We could have used those, though.
We could have used them, but eight points a game maybe. So, like, even if we won the first game and say we were going to game 6, we're going back to Atlanta, right? You know what I'm saying? And then let's say we win. We're going to face Joel Embiid.
Exactly.
Like, we need a center. I don't know if you noticed, Dallas started Boban Bogdanovic.
Dallas?
In Dallas against the Clippers. They started him and they put Kristaps at the 4, which he loves because, of course, he's the Knicks. He ain't want to bang with the big plays anyway. But they put their 7-footer in there starting. Because what that does is now you grabbing rebounds. He's not that he's a scoring center, but at 7'3", it don't even matter. You could just reach up there and fucking.
It's a body, yeah.
Right. So that right there, what I saw is that there's nobody in the paint. That this was a cakewalk for every center. Who was that young kid with the face looked like he just woke up? That was knocking down threes.
For the Hawks?
On the Hawks. He
It
was.
starts with an N, right?
I forgot what's that kid's name. Yeah, he got the
John
big
Collins?
eyes, the big nose. He looked like he just woke up every time I look at him.
Oh yeah, Collins. Yeah, he
John
does look like he
Collins?
just woke up. He
Not
got
John
those.
Collins. Nah.
He looks like he just woke
You
up.
talking
Oh,
about
oh,
Onyeka?
yeah, yeah. With his eyes.
Yeah,
Not John
Onyeka
Collins.
Okongwu?
No, DeAndre Hunter.
Hunter.
He
He
looked
don't
like
look
he
like
just
he
woke
just
up.
woke up. He don't look like he
DeAndre
just woke
Hunter
up.
look at his face. It looked like he just got out of
He
bed.
he got a big nose, but he don't like he just woke up.
Yeah, the way his eyes look all glossy, it looked like he just
Collins
woke
looked
up.
like
And
he
he was
just woke
like,
up.
he looked like he just woke up and was like, but he's not a center or anything. But like none of these dudes were in trouble.
Yeah.
None of the big men. John Collins, all he had to do was worry about, and John Collins by himself could defend. Like it seemed like he could defend Julius Randle. And like
Yo.
you said, like we beat them. And I said this to somebody at work. They were like, "Yo, we beat them 3 times in the regular season." But the regular season and the playoffs is different. Like if you got a good
and they weren't healthy in the regular season.
right, they weren't healthy. They didn't have
Different team.
Different team.
yeah, Trey got hurt one of those games.
DeAndre Hunter wasn't there, and DeAndre Hunter is the guy that was really
And you-
going off
and
this
you
season. I
see him
mean,
torching.
if anything, he's their X factor.
I'm gonna tell you what's
Because
gonna happen.
he wasn't.
Hunter?
Listen. The way he was hitting them pull up J's, them jabs, it didn't matter who was on him. And listen, big RJ fan, but I was huge on DeAndre Hunter and going into the draft because he's a two-way player. He doesn't just score. He doesn't just play.
Yeah?
He's literally he's a two-way player, and this is the potential that he was their most consistent player before he went down with his injury. So when they said he was coming back for the series, that's when I got worried. That's the only time I got worried. You know what I'm saying? Because I like DeAndre Hunter and I know his game. The boy is nice. And I'm not gonna sit here and make it seem like, oh, he's trash because he's on the other team. The dude put work in. You know what I'm saying? The dude puts work in. But there was times where they would give him the ball and he get catch it at the foul line. He turn around, jab step, boom. Or jab step, one dribble, pull up. And it's
he
like
had game.
his boy got game and he was going off. And if you look at it, let's just look at it. Trae Young had 36 points on 28 shots, bro. That's not good. He missed 18 shots.
He was cooking the Knicks.
No. He missed 18 shots out of 28. That's not good. He was 10 for 28.
Right.
But my point is, he was 3 for 11 from the 3-point line. My point is that if it weren't for
3 for 11,
3 for 11 from the 3.
Yeah, today he wasn't on it. Early in the game, he was missing
the free throw line.
Oh no! From the free throw line, he was 13 and 15. That's the only reason why he had so many points.
Yeah, exactly.
Because he was doing a little, and to me, that's not basketball. I'm sorry, watching it, that's not basketball. You know what I mean? Like the bumping into somebody and then throwing up. That's why I hate when Quickly does it. I don't even like when our own guys do it. I don't like it.
Yeah,
it's not basketball.
I hate it.
I can't
Randall got called for that too.
Basketball, you know what I'm saying? And he gets that call. And the thing is, they were coming into the series, refs talking all this trash about, oh, we're gonna be watching Trey and the foul call. They fed right back into it within the last 2-3 games. Like cut the bullshit. You know what I mean? For 1 or 2 quarters, for 1 or 2 games, they was trying to make it look like they wasn't gonna call calls on Trey. Bro, Trey was getting whatever the hell he wanted. So it was at the point. That's why I'm saying, yo, let Trey go off. I don't care if he has 50. Just lock up everybody else. The point is that if you let him, he's going to shoot 10 for 28. He's going to shoot 10 for 28. That's Trey. That is Trae Young.
All of the what I said, you're not going to stop
10 for 28.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
you're not going to stop Trey.
You're not going to stop Trey.
That's what all this talk about starting like your boy State. Like I don't get. It was a huge mistake pulling Elfrid Payton at this point in the playoffs. It was. Because it threw off the whole lineup and the rotation. It threw it off because not only did he pull him, he didn't put him back in like in the second half. He didn't put him like he just completely pulled him. Like the dude wasn't on the team no more. The first time I saw Elfrid was and I saw why they bumped that dude bumped
Nerlens
because Nerlens bumped Trey. Now that was another thing I feel like y'all doing too much.
Yeah,
y'all not that team. Y'all not tough guys.
Bro, like
stop bothering the kid. Leave him alone. He's torturing you.
Like you said, the last show when everybody was acting all crazy and high-fiving and all that, and Derrick Rose was sitting in the back like,
yeah, Derrick Rose was sitting back there like this. He was like,
bro, this is y'all
like what y'all doing? He was like looking at like, yo, these is kids.
You know what I'm saying? Now, don't get me wrong. I love my squad. I'm not gonna sit here and act like
I don't love them.
these
I
dudes
don't
is.
love them.
I love these dudes, man. These dudes. I don't love them. Listen, this squad got us here, bro. I ain't gonna sit here and
But
trash
now,
them.
this is my point, Cat.
This is like, you know what I mean? They need to get better. They're garbage. There's a lot of these dudes are trash. A lot of these dudes should not be
Garbage.
starting at all.
Let me tell you,
If we didn't have Alfred Payton and Reggie Bullock as our starters, I
this
think
team
this is
will
a
be.
completely different team.
This is why.
If you just upgrade those two positions alone, and Mitchell Robinson didn't even play for half the season.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we still pushed it all the way to the 4th seed. Now, the
But
point
they
is
they
now when
they
you go,
had shooters, and we needed shooters because like
yo,
we went
And our
on
shooters
runs
didn't play
where.
well.
Rick,
But that's what I'm saying. We need actual shooters.
I
how
want
long
Dylan
have
Brooks.
we been
I
saying
want them to
that
make a
we
move for
need
Dylan
more
Brooks.
scorers, bro? That was
Yeah,
the only thing we
which is true. But we made it like we were just saying. We made it this far with these players, but they did not show up. Like
nah,
even
it's a
in
mixture. See,
Atlanta, they had Bogdanovich who he came into the
listen,
series on fire and he kind of tapered off. But then it was cool because you had Hunter who also started hot, tapered off. But then you had Hunter shooting. You had um what's the Mohawk guy's name again? Gallinari. He came alive once in a while. They had options. We didn't have if Bullock was off, who else did we lean on?
Yo, you saw
listen. I'm
Spike
gonna
Lee
be.
get mad early.
This is what I'm saying. It's a mixture of both
He
of
came
what y'all
back
are
though.
saying. It's a mixture of both. It's a mixture of them just having better players or better shooters than we did at their respective positions, and it's also a mixture of we also didn't do what we did the entire season at all.
Yeah,
We didn't
we
do
switched it up in the
we
playoffs. I'm not
switched it
sure
up.
why.
But then the third point is what everyone neglects to I guess give credit to, and that's just the Hawks played great defense on the Knicks, bro.
Yeah.
Everything, our
Because it
entire
was
offense,
easy.
our entire offense is Julius Randle. That's it. If you
And
take
D-Rose.
Julius Randle out the equation, what else do we have?
D-Rose, that's it.
That's my point.
If you take
That's
Julius
my
Randle out
point.
and
But that's my point
you
about
look at
having
him-
a scoring center.
well, it's not even about a scoring center. I think we need a guard who can run, who in crunch time you can go to instead of going to your big man. I don't want to go to a big man in crunch time.
Did you see Reggie Bullock get blocked fucking laying it up again on a fast break?
I mean, he has no athleticism, bro. He should not be a starter.
It was just like one of those things where it's just like it's I want to scream.
That's what I'm looking at, yo. I don't understand.
Yeah, I wanted to scream because it's like, you know how like a dude is running for a fast break, and the dude, and it's almost like you like thinking is like, hurry up,
right, bro. Listen, and this is exactly what I'm talking about. When you look at somebody like Reggie Bullock,
Yeah.
I see it now. I wasn't even looking to the chat till you put that up. Now you're saying I ain't looking at the chat.
Listen.
Oh, that's what. See now. Thank you, Dante, because he put E softest tissue, right?
Nah, don't thank Dante. He's been trolling since he came in here, man.
You should listen.
That was
Don't
one of
even
the things I
acknowledge
put
him
down that
because
I
if
wanted
you
to put.
acknowledge him, now he's gonna keep typing.
Yeah, now he's gonna keep going.
Go crazy.
But that was one of the things I wanted to touch on about us making it this far. Like, us being in the East and getting the number 4 seed and so forth and so on. Blah, blah, blah. I think, like, again, I'm gonna say this again. I said this in past podcasts. Considering who we have, we did a good job getting here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But playoff 7 series against one team is very different. I felt like, was Nate McMillan or whatever? I think any coach could have came in here and been like, yo, get on Julius. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah,
Alfred ain't shit.
double
Like,
Julius.
What? They subbed out Alfred? All right, they got
Yo, because it's simple. Julius, like we were saying, the reason why I have this. All right, first of all, shout out to the shout out to the chat. Buddha's in here on Facebook, my man. Buddha, what's going on, bro? My judge gonna fall out messing with the Knicks. Listen, bro. They already started, man. Don't even worry about that. They already falling out. Nah, but listen, man, I'm not gonna sit here and like I said, I'm not gonna say act like the Hawks didn't do their job, but their job was simple. You double team Julius Randle, and you make him make a decision. He's not good at that. He's not good at making a decision. He's
Yo,
good
he
at
is the lowest
Did they even
IQ.
double him today? This game, did they double
absolutely,
him like that?
absolutely.
I
Every
don't
time.
really.
See, the thing is that it's the double team is very, like I mentioned it last show. The double team is very strategic. They don't throw a double team at him right away. They kind of wait for him to get the ball and then make a move. The moment he makes a move, it's like boom. The next guy, they don't face him with two guys. It's one guy. The moment he gets the ball and he makes a move, the guy comes up from the paint. Have you realized that every single, like we were saying about Clint Capella, did you realize that every single time that Julius Randle or anybody went to the basket, Clint Capella came out of nowhere? It was like they were hiding him in the paint. Like, yo, let's just run the zone. They're not going to do nothing. Every single time we went to the basket. That's why we didn't score as well in the series, because no one could attack the basket, and that's what we did in the series. We didn't really shoot.
I'm gonna
Just
tell
shoot.
you. I'm gonna tell you another way they could
Mhm.
defend, because this is what all the Knicks did. All they did the whole series. After they double Julius and they trap him on one side,
Mhm.
coach said, "Yo, go to the weak side. He gonna throw a cross court pass.
Across
That's
court
all
pass.
he's
Yep.
gonna do. He gonna
Just
throw it
like
to the other side.
just like my man E said.
The jump passes.
Them jump passes, man.
Yo, everybody, he's on this side. They trap him. He's looking all the way on the other side to throw it all the way across.
Yeah.
That's all they
And
gotta do. All you gotta do is
did-
have somebody play in that area.
he did that a couple times tonight. And let's just move a little bit on. Burks has some big plays, and like I said, he did that a lot tonight. He would do that stupid jump
Too
pass, but it
little,
worked out. He
too
had
late.
too little, too late. He had some big plays, but it was too little, too late. He only had 12 points, but a lot of that came in the fourth quarter when we were like trying to rush it. You know what I'm saying? That 27-point game seems like a year ago, and it was only game one. He had 12 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, 5 for 10 from the field, 1 for 3 from 3-point line. And Burks, he usually gives you good minutes. Which he did. It's just, we needed more scoring. We needed
Look,
more scoring.
can I ask a question to Dante? If these guys suck as bad as you say, why are you watching them? Like, you know everything about the entire series.
No, listen. I forgot.
You a
Listen, my bad,
closeted Knicks
my
fan.
bad, my bad, Rick. I didn't inform you. He is our resident troll. He will be here every show just to talk trash. That's all he's gonna do. He
But
knows
he's
nothing
watching
about
the
the game.
game. He's a
He knows
closeted Knicks fan.
no, right.
He's
At this
like,
point, he's watching the game. He told us earlier he was watching the game with us. He was in the chat with me. In the chat with me and Toon. Toon is in there too. What up, Toon? He's in there watching the game with us.
wasn't the only game that was on at that time. So I
He
mean,
did.
come on.
You
I don't
dedicate your
watch
time.
them. I just hate them enough. Come on, you watching them?
Listen, bro. He's a resident troll. I let him troll. Listen, it brings a little bit of fun to it. You know what I'm saying? But now that you know he's a troll, it's a little bit easier to be like, oh, it's just Dante, and then you just keep going. Don't worry about it. He's good. Don't worry about it. So look, he said this is the first game I watched. Of course.
Yeah,
Now
right.
you're a Knicks fan. You sat there and watched a team that you don't like. You're a fan. Listen. Trae
And
Young.
no, we're not rooting for the Nets.
Are we rooting for the Nets? Hell no.
I'm not rooting for the Nets.
So,
I know we said we would earlier in the season, but nah, can't do
did
it.
I say that?
Yeah.
I don't remember saying that. I need evidence. I need proof. What's going on, Paul? What
All
up,
these
Paul?
shows are recorded.
It happens, bro. Listen. All these shows are recorded. Bring it back.
All right, I'm gonna have to do some
Here we
history
go. We're
research.
going to talk about tell them Sami for a year. They be good. Simple. Of course. The only thing is, you're going to need as many rest games as Kawhi do. You're often injured ass. Trust me, and I can say that because I'm often injured too, bro. So you good. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry about that. I know you back on the court though. I see you doing your thing. He gonna start sending me clips now. I done got him started. But listen, why is the whole team so hesitant to rise up and shoot threes? Can't count how many pump fakes and resets. Now, that's one thing that did bother me. Guys like Quickly, who, first of all, let's do that.
Yeah, Atlanta got in their heads. They got into their heads. They got
no.
them off their game. That's why they're doing all that pump fake, and they scared to shoot. They are.
No,
they don't want to miss and dig themselves into a bigger hole, so they take terrible shots instead of just taking the 3-point shot that they have been taken all season.
Right.
I don't get it.
Well, see, Reggie Bullock came in earlier in the game and he was hitting his threes, which was a good sight because just
Previous
him hitting
game.
the threes, it made the game close. I think it was like a 3-point game for most of the first half, but then Quickly comes in towards the end. I don't know how many minutes did Quickly even play. Let's double check that real quick. Quick played 13 minutes. 13 minutes. He had 11 points, 2 for 2 from the 3-point line, and he gets to the foul line. How many free throws did he have? He was 5 for 6 from the free throw line. Like, and you only play him 13 minutes. So I'm glad it's the off season. I'm gonna just say that. I'm glad it's the off season. I think Tom really just tried to throw some guys out there with experience, and that's it. And I think now that a lot of these guys got experience, you can say that these guys got experience, and we'll see next time. But
speaking of experience, Taj was the only one that actually Taj and Rose were the only ones that actually looked like they had experience. I like Obi.
They were the only ones with the experience. Absolutely.
Right. Taj was popping out of nowhere with rebounds.
Yeah,
I was like, oh shit!
But he's always been doing that though.
Huh?
Yeah, he's been doing that all season though. That's what I like about him. Like he's a gritty player. Like he finds a way to make it happen.
Right.
But Obi looked control though.
Obi looked.
I hope they give Obi like some more time.
I like every Obi minute. I loved it. Every second he was in the game, I loved it because he just showed that he wasn't scared. Like tonight, he needed to make a big play, and he made a big play. You know what I'm saying? The clock was winding down, and there was nothing else to go. He went straight to the basket, and that's what I'm starting to see from Obi. There was a play last game where the play broke down as usual, as it happens, because guys see defense and they say, "Oh, defense is here. Never mind." Like you don't play basketball your entire life. But anyway, Obi sees that and he's like, "All right," so he just goes straight to the basket, easy lay-in, lefty, and it's like that's what we got to have on the squad, bro. Like, and that's what pissed me off about Reggie the entire season before he actually started hitting threes was. If you're a shooter, shoot, bro. I don't care if you miss it. You're there to shoot. If you're going to sit here and head fake all day long, I'm good. Get out of here. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're a shooter that's not shooting. You're not a shooter. You're not a shooter. And as long as people ever play ball with me, they know there's one thing I'm going to do. Whether I'm going to make it or miss it, I'm shooting it. I'm shooting it. Don't leave them open. I'm going to shoot it. Whether I'm going to make it or miss it, I'm going to shoot it. I'm not going to think about it. I'm not gonna say nah. No, I'm shooting it. You step up, I'm gonna think of a different way to shoot over you. That's just when you're a shooter. That's how you have to think. When you're an NBA player, I would assume that it just elevates to another level of that same mindset. That's just what I would think. But when you're somebody like Reggie Bullock and you head fake every time somebody come at you, that's what all you gotta do is run at him. He's gonna pass the ball up. Because number one, you can't put the ball on the floor.
But it wasn't only him. Randall was doing it. Him. RJ was doing it.
RJ,
it was just like
we're not gonna get into RJ. There was a lot that RJ they tunneled him to the basket straight to Capella the entire series. That's what you had to do. He's gonna go left. He's gonna come right. He's gonna go left.
He's been doing that all season.
He's gonna come right back to the paint, all the way left.
Yeah, you're right. He has been doing that all season.
So I need, and same thing for Quickly, same thing for Obi. I need to see more creation. Y'all need to develop y'all game. Y'all have to. If y'all gonna be on this squad, if you're gonna be playing big minutes, Quickly, I need to see more than the 3-pointer and a foul. That's the only thing in his game that I can say he's good at is hitting threes and drawing fouls. And if you ain't got a ref in there, what are you doing? What are you doing without a ref? I don't need guys that can only play with refs, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to get in there. You got to ball. You got to put. How many times have I come to a stream after a game, win or lose? And I'm like, Quickly, when you going to hit a mid-range? Just to pull up. He gets in the mid-range whenever he wants because everybody thinks he's going to take the three. He head faking. He go up. 1-2 step. He at the mid-range. Pull up. They right on your tail. What did Trae Young do all game today? Every time they got behind him, what'd he do? Pull right up.
Yeah.
Why are you scared of the mid-range?
Yeah, but Quickly been doing that. Quickly been doing that during the season. He trap a dude behind him.
Yeah.
And he pull up.
And
But
then
I
and
think
what
that Clint
he do? He
Capella
threw the
was scaring
floater.
these
He
dudes.
threw the floater from mid range. He don't shoot the mid range.
We didn't see that. Yeah, we don't see the floater no more though.
He don't shoot the that too. This is what I'm saying. There's development across the board. Like they did well this season. Clap it up for them. I'm glad y'all did y'all thing. You know what I'm saying? Y'all did it at the highest level. But when you go into the playoffs and the team can key in on your weaknesses, they just gonna key in on your weaknesses more and more and more and more and more and more.
Why not?
Why not?
And they did it. They
Y'all
did it.
So
5 games.
I said one of the things I said in the text to you guys is I don't care if they move Randall.
Like I think this series has shown me that he's not your first option. He's not the guy.
He's not a team leader.
No.
He has the potential, but he's a very low IQ player. I don't think he's very smart.
Who?
Randall.
I wouldn't say very low, but yeah, he can use some more.
Very low.
He can use some more time.
I'm gonna say this. I'll say this.
More time
Randall,
for what?
Randall needs
time
not
for what? More. What do you mean more time?
To figure out what his game actually is, because you see, he just got the award for most improved player. Like he's figuring things out. So I do believe more experience, and even this playoff experience is going to help him in the long run.
I think he would have been even fine in this playoff series if he was not the number one option, and I think that's all it comes down to.
But I think so. I think he's not, but he's not the leader.
He's not right. But I also don't think we should get rid of him. We just add to what we got.
Well, depending on what they do,
that's true. Also, that's true. Also,
we could keep him, but like I said, there's 3 things to me that's glaring. It was 2 things all season. Y'all already know we need a way better point guard. Mm-hmm. If we get a good point guard that we trust with the ball, all right, so we don't have to have him running up the floor. Him running up the floor, handling it, he led the team in turnovers. What do he have? 15, 20, 30 turnovers?
Yeah, 5 last game. I think he might have 8 today.
He had all these turnovers. He's handling the ball too much.
With 3
he needs to get some assisted plays. He's running
assists.
Around. He's trying to handle it, and he wants to handle it. That's the problem. He wants the ball. And everybody, and it's a good thing and it's a bad thing because he shouldn't be. He wants it in the backcourt.
That was the thing about Peyton at first that helped, even though he didn't help himself. What it did was, if Peyton was on the floor, it takes the ball out of Julius Randle's hand because he's their best ball controller at that point. That's it. That's all he really does. He controls the ball. He's a floor general. He's the literal basis or the floor of a floor general. That's literally all he does.
Can I ask you something?
What's up?
You think about point guard, like why don't we have like one of the things I kept saying, why don't we have that in our arsenal? The whole alley-oop, the pick and roll.
I said it earlier when I was watching the game. I said the amount of pick and rolls we've run this season versus the amount of pick and rolls I saw from Trae Young just in this game is about equal. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's ridiculous. They run pick and roll and I've been saying that for a while. Like, yo, I want to see more wrinkles. You know what I'm saying?
What's equal? What's equal?
What's equal?
The amount of pick and rolls.
The amount of pick and rolls I saw from Trae Young tonight.
Yeah.
Versus the amount of pick and rolls I saw from the Knicks all season.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say. Like, I mean, all together.
We don't run no damn pick and roll. What I'm saying,
that's fucking pick and roll.
We don't run there's no plays.
It's like the easiest offense on the planet, and we don't run it. But why is that? Do we need a Karl Anthony Towns in there? Do we need a Joel?
Mitch used to do it though.
Mitch did it. Yeah, when we had Mitch, I could dig it.
Well, that's the thing. We needed a center who could do it, and we lost Mitch, and we always needed a point guard. So it's like once we lost Mitch, it's like we lost everything. Really.
But Todd should have jumped right in that role because he knows about that.
He ain't no pick and roll. I mean,
he knows how to play. He ain't a leaper to do that.
He ain't no leaper. Like Taj can play the pick and roll, but if you get a body of Taj, it's it. If you get
but Toppin would have been there, and then that would have been perfect.
But they wasn't using them like that.
They weren't. 5. We're talking about the 5.
They weren't.
Toppin's not a 5.
They weren't.
Because Obi could have been doing that. Like, what's his name? Quickly did like this super hard alley-oop earlier. It would have been beautiful, but he threw it mad hard.
he didn't need to be a 5 in order to do that because like
right? Because he did that with what's our skinny guy's name?
Noel.
Noel. He tried to do it with him. He did it too hard, and it was like,
Yeah,
all right, that didn't work, and it stopped.
yeah, that was it.
You
No
know,
more
but I
attempts
do think
again.
Quickly and Obi would be a great pick and roll combo. I think IQ has that.
And
But,
RJ, I used to count. There would be 2 attempts from RJ to Noel every single game. In this series, I didn't see it
not at
throughout
all.
the season,
It
and they
just
would
seems
land.
like it's not something that Tom Thibodeau is running with these dudes.
But
So,
like
all right.
as a baller, you're out there. You're playing your game, and this is something that he would look for. So I don't understand. Like you're losing, you're down, like you're trying to get some momentum going, and alley oop dunk will make the crowd erupt, and then you'll get that feeling back. So I don't know. I don't know.
Well, I'm gonna be honest. The only time I really ever saw us run pick and rolls with when Alfred was in, because like I said, he's the only one that knows how to run our
Yeah,
offense.
but and
But everyone knows who
he
he's
doesn't
throwing
him
it
and
to,
Mitch
though.
was running that was running the game. Was running when Mitch was healthy.
Mm-hmm.
Alfred and him. That's when you see most of those alley oops because, like you said, he had Mitch because Mitch is a leaper.
Right, but my thing is that even with Alfred running it, it's not productive as much because you know that Alfred is not gonna pull up. So you drop it under the screen every single time. So it's like as much as you can run pick and roll with Alfred, how effective is it going to be? The defense is not going to respond to it. If Trae Young is running your pick and roll, you going over it every single time. That frees up the big for the roll. But when both guys on defense, all they have to do is drop back in the paint, what's the point? You know
Then
what
you
I'm
kick
saying?
out,
You know what I mean?
and
And then
that's
you kick out to
where
who?
Bullock comes in though,
Right. And then we don't
because
got, and
that's
then
how much
it
time he
breaks
needs
down.
to line up.
And it
Yeah.
breaks down from there. It just gets
I
worse
mean,
from there. So it's
yeah.
It's simple basketball. We just need better parts. Now, just to go into that real quick, we need better parts. Now, what I would like to see, we already spoke about it. And this is exactly why we ignore Dante, because he says stuff like this, which is obviously there's nobody with any basketball knowledge would ever say anything like that.
Y'all seen this?
He's looking for a response.
Yeah.
Who's that? I can't see the text, but I know that gift.
Homer Simpson, he faded into the
What's the Knicks?
Well, what's the
Hawks put it
what's the
away.
comment though?
He had the Knicks. He got the Knicks. They not really. It's no comment. He had the Knicks logo on, and when he faded into the bushes, when it came out the bushes, he had the Nets logo.
Oh no!
And that's what Atlanta Hawks put that up.
Yeah, I mean it's fun. They got fun with it.
They got time like that. They got time like that. Please, let's see what happens when they go against some.
Nah, they got somebody. They hired somebody to handle that.
Listen, man, this is what we're gonna say, because who do they have to see next round? Who do they have to see? They have to see the Bucks, right?
Who?
Or is it Philly?
Philly.
We see Philly. They got to see Philly next round.
Yeah.
Now, let's just be honest. Trae ain't doing nothing against Ben. You know what I'm saying? Like, Ben is actually.
Oh, that's right. Ben is the point guard.
Ben is the point guard. Is it the Bucks? Paul? Is it the Bucks?
Nah, it's the Sixers.
It's definitely the Sixers, right?
It's the Sixers. Yeah.
It's definitely the 76ers.
Yeah. So this is
the Bucks are playing Brooklyn.
The Nets. Yes, that's right. That's the matchup. That's definitely the matchup. That's definitely a matchup. No. We don't do that here, Paul.
Check the logo.
We don't do that here.
What side is it on? Over here.
Win or lose, we don't do that shit here. Nah, but Ben Simmons is gonna have. Listen, and like I said, all series, Trae Young is gonna get his, but he's gonna have a hell of a problem.
Yeah, he's not gonna be happy.
He's gonna have a hell of a problem with Ben Simmons, and then you also got Tobias over there. These guys, they are a real team.
Yeah, they cooking.
So, to me, it's obvious. Okay, well, here's the timeout. Put him in timeout for a little bit. Dante was blocked for 5 minutes. That felt good. Dante, 5 minutes, bro. You gotta chill. Just hold that down for 5 minutes, my G.
I thought you were ignoring him because
it's just I told him I was gonna do it before the game, so I'm just having fun.
I didn't know you could do that. That's dope.
Nah, I sent him the picture. I said, You know, do the. But like I said, man, there's you're gonna really see that team is like. That's kind of funny. We're gonna really see what that team is like next series, and it's you
They
know,
going 4 games.
huh?
They going 4 games.
You think six is winning that in 4?
Mm-hmm.
I think they.
There's no matchup. This I was telling my wife when we was watching the game tonight. I was just like, you know what? I know even if we beat Atlanta, there's no matchup against the 76ers for either of these teams. So
Right.
really, this is just to get to the second round,
This was the playoffs.
and that was it. Yeah,
This was the playoffs.
and that's just being realistic. People are like, oh, I thought you was a Knicks fan, but I keep telling people like I'm not one of those crazy Knicks fans that just think that we have the best squad just because it's the team I'm rooting for. Like I'm super realistic when it comes to the team. So saying things like Alfred is God's hair, like come on, man, that's just they brought him
Like,
back for 1 year contract. They didn't even play him the last 2 games. Like, come on, man.
no, but it's crazy because I there's a lot of fans who will call you a fake fan because you're being realistic. You know what I'm saying? It really happens. It does happen.
I mean,
Now,
I guess if you break down the word fanatic, then I get it. But
yeah, exactly. And I mean, am I like I'm a Knicks fan? Am I an unrealistic fan? Is that I guess I'm not allowed to break it down into sectors like that. You feel me? So whatever, you know what I mean? However that works. But I'm being realistic on what these guys have shown me. They don't have it. They just don't have it. As well as they have played all season, they're not going to show me. They haven't shown me in any of these games that they can play up to that level with
That
this.
they're ready. They're not ready. They weren't ready.
Yeah.
Mhm,
Just in
it's
that
true.
in that's just in that series. Just in that series. It could have been completely different if we played against the Sixers. Say if we get past the Hawks and we play the Sixers, maybe we do win 2 games because of just the way matchups go. If we look at all of the games we played against the Sixers this year, they were all close games. I think we only lost by the most 5 points with one of them or something like that. And the other one was like a 3-point loss.
I
So
don't
it's
think
like,
we ever had the full team, man. I don't.
no, they had their full team. One of the games,
Sixers,
Embiid wasn't there. One of those
right?
games, one of the 3, he wasn't there. But they still played as good as they're gonna play. They're Doc Rivers coach team. You know what I'm saying? But it was very close, and it's all about matchups. Do they have the matchups to actually just lock in on Julius and just leave him and to have everybody else to score? Just like, I mean, maybe every team can run the same defense that the Hawks ran. Maybe I'm wrong, but
I think Randall would have played better against the 76ers, but I think the team
yeah,
wouldn't have played
the
better.
team, right, and that's what it is. I think this Hawks team just had the right pieces to play that. They had the right guys. Number one, Trey Young looks like he had the craziest, most amazing series in the world. If you look at the numbers, it says completely otherwise. It
Yeah,
says completely
he
otherwise.
he, he did his thing.
He had a team behind him, and with all his mishaps, if our role players stepped up and his role players didn't step up, everything we're saying about Julius Randle, they would be saying about Trey Young, just like that. You know what I mean? And I think that's what it comes down to. It comes down to the role players, and now that's why I want to get into what do we do in the offseason. The role
Okay.
players. We clearly talked about the most glaring weakness is point guard, which has been since Stephon Marbury, I guess, and Andre, of course, we brought up our center position. But primarily, I think more important. I can't say more important than the center position because I think it depends on what happens with Mitch. Because if we have Mitch there, I think we'll be okay. I think we would like to see more creation at the center position, but that would mean we would literally have to replace Mitch. And
Yo,
that's
if Mitch ain't scoring, if he's not looking to score, I don't want him.
I know, but we don't. It's not gonna happen like that. Listen, we just said it. We're gonna be realistic. We gotta be realistic.
And that's fine. I'm just saying if he's not looking to score, I'm so sick of seeing him foul line at the foul line, looking around, like holding the ball this way and looking this way. Like, yo, just look straight ahead. It's the foul line. You're supposed to be hitting them shots. So if he's not looking to score, I don't want him.
Paul, great point. Rashawn Holmes is a great big hybrid. He definitely is one of those bigs where you play against him and it's like, damn, this guy's going off. But he can do a lot on the offensive end. He can do a lot. So I mean, there's guys like that, but I think more importantly than that, and he's back. He's back.
Time's up.
Time's up. More importantly, I think what you have to do is you have to go out and you got to find shooters. You got to find guys that can knock down shots. I think that should be, if anything, Derrick Rose has now said he would like to come back. Of course, we still got Quickly. We have Vildoza. Maybe we just stand pat at the point guard position with one of those guys. Say if Vildoza is good and we got Vildoza, cool.
He'll start.
You have to go get some shooters.
Yeah,
you have to get shooters.
That's really what I want to see right now. I feel like if he plays anything like we think he's going to play as far as point guard goes, shooters. We need them.
Shooters.
Center, yes, we need, but we have Mitch for the time being. Let's get some shooters.
And they don't have to be starters. They don't have to be starters as well. That's kind of another thing. I mean, I would like for at least one of the shooters to be starters for sure. But if we get a couple shooters, not all of them has to be a starter. Like if you look at the Hawks bench, they had guys like Gallinari coming off the bench, and and they still got Cam Reddish, the guy that can shoot. There's a lot of guys out there that can shoot, and you can find them, give them a role, and they'll do exactly what you want them to do. And run.
I'm looking at the Harrison Barnes, and I know Dre, you keep mentioning him, and I think he would be a good fit, and he can shoot. So,
and Tom Thibodeau guy. My only concern, guys. My only concern, and it's not with any player. My concern is much. I don't want to do this. I'm gonna say it in the nicest way possible so that I don't get attacked, because it will happen. I would like to see more wrinkles to our offense. That's it. If I don't see more wrinkles to our offense going forward.
So let me add to that, because you're saying we need shooters, and let's say we keep Reggie Bullock
off the bench.
We keep Reggie Bullock off the bench. The problem I have with Reggie Bullock is he doesn't create anything but the 3-point shot.
Right. He can't,
which is why
can't shoot mid-range.
He's a liability if he's not knocking down three. Like if you look at who's the kid I just said that's over there with the Grizzlies, Dylan Brooks. You see how aggressive he's dunking on people. You get what's the other kid on Charlotte that was dunking all over motherfuckers that dunked on that dude?
Miles Bridges.
I hate Reggie Bullock for that side.
Right.
He doesn't attack the basket, and when he does, he's laying it up. He's 6'7", 6'8". It drives me nuts. Like he could create so many more points. It doesn't have to be threes.
Right.
That's what I mean. Like we need shooters. We absolutely need shooters. But our small forward has to be able to put it on the floor, create, dunk. Reggie Bullock doesn't go in the paint for shit.
No.
It's annoying to watch. He's scared. He's scared. I was saying this all season. He's scared of everything. So Bullock is. I think I don't know how they package plays and do whatever they want to do, but we need more aggressive players. The point guard we already talked about. Mm-hmm. The reason why we need a center, like if we go and get another center, even if it's not Karl Anthony Towns, it's got to be a center that could put on like homeboy mentioned, Rashawn Holmes. He's not a superstar, but there's many facets to his game, and he could go in there and put the ball back, like you said. I'm tired of they've been doing it since Kurt Thomas, grabbing a rebound and never looking to score. Who was that we had? Bronny Turioff, grab a rebound and never look to score. It's like, dude, like nobody be even between them in the basket.
They style guard him, yeah.
But he played with Kobe and he had championship experience.
Yeah, like I can't take that. So we need aggressive players. There's so many games that we lost by 5 points or less.
It was so many games
and
that
it's not like a 3-point
and struggled to win because we just couldn't make shots.
Right, dudes are not making shots. There's easy buckets to make. Reggie Bullock needs to be attacking that basket. Like it's annoying to watch.
It is.
What I mean? Our wing can't get into the paint. Like it's dude, like not once. I don't remember him any point in the season getting in the paint, getting past his defender. It's outrageous.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm
You're
saying?
right.
Who's the other one that I
I
was
try
on?
not to. I try not to trash
But
guys, but I really
No,
love.
Reggie Bullock is
I
not
really
a
love
starter in this
basketball.
league, and that's why I feel like let's say who's the point guard? They said, oh, I'll take what's his name. They said the Knicks interested Norman Powell in a
I
mhm.
love
flash,
Norman.
in a flash because he'll dunk on somebody and he'll knock down a three.
I more than anything, he will get a bucket. That's it. I need a bucket getter. Just give
That's
me
what I'm
one of those
saying. And
guys
Reggie Bullock, and
and a couple guys off the bench that can shoot.
this
That's
is
it.
why
You don't need a
this is
bunch of
why the
stars
Hawks
half
had
the
a
time.
field day.
Yeah.
And it's not that I believe the Hawks are that good of a team. I think the brightest spot for the Hawks right now is Trae Young. Clint Capella
Oh
is Clint
yeah,
Capella.
Look, let me
yeah,
see.
yeah.
Let me say
Oh,
something.
you know what I'm
You
saying? But
remember?
these dudes just didn't do a whole lot to stop. The biggest disappointment for the Knicks was Randall. Randall didn't show up.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know how many playoff series is going to take Randall to get around, but a lot of low IQ plays and turnovers, and he's handling the rock too much.
Listen, he don't need to have the ball in his
We
hands.
needed that because we need a point guard.
We need a guard, and this is what I'm saying. When there's crunch time, when it's winding down the last 2-3 minutes in each quarter, there will be a better point guard out there who will have more control of the ball than Julius Randle. And I think that is the most the biggest thing that I'm excited about seeing going into next season is someone else to, because listen, there's no way we're gonna go. We have to spend some money. That's another thing. We have to spend some money. It's not like we
You
just
know
gotta
they
throw
won't
money
build.
around, but we
No, they
have
won't
to
build.
spend some money, and you know what I mean. But guys like Julius Randle, of course RJ Barrett, you got the Mitchell Robinsons, no playoff experience, young, but if you put the right kind of veterans around them. Now, if you, like I said, if you take Lou Williams, if you take Gallinari, if you take the right kind of role players like Bogdanovich, who they just got this year, and what's the other guy, DeAndre Hunter. If you take these guys off that team, Trae Young isn't as big as a story as he was this series. Because, like I said, if you look at the numbers, he did not shoot well. He did not. So that's what we have to develop. That's what we got to get. When everybody says, "Oh, we need stars, this, we need stars, that," I'll take one star and three
Yeah,
great role
I don't think
players.
we need stars. I think we need starters over Reggie Bullock.
Right,
You don't
right.
need a star to
We
fill in
do
that
we
spot.
do need a star because we do need somebody
We need
better
a
than
star
Julius.
point guard.
Yeah, right. Well, we just need somebody better than Julius. That's it. As long as
We need a point guard that everybody respects, so Julius don't even run up in there acting like he got to get the rock.
nah, because
Settle down, big
this is what
man.
I'm concerned about. Because we can go get a point guard and Julius will still be taking the last shot.
Settle down, big man.
You see what I'm saying?
You get the rock when you get it. Shut up.
I,
So,
I don't even know if Randall could handle not being like the player on the team.
Move
I
him.
don't know if he can handle it.
no. Julius Randle can. He can.
I don't know if he can.
He can. I guarantee you
He
he don't
can.
want to
I
be
think
the I guarantee you
Julius was here trying to take advantage of the situation, and I think that situation, his first year, who outshined him?
Morris.
Morris outshined him. No problem. He was clutch, everything, and we was over here like, oh shit. I ain't know Morris was that nice. But they came to the Knicks. They both came to the Knicks, and then the Knicks moved them. They parlayed that. Now you got Julius over here. Who he had? We ain't had nobody. And I think that the one position that would take pressure off of Julius would be the center position. I think that the other position will be the point guard. So there's really three positions that we either got to upgrade or completely. I think we need to upgrade that small forward. I think we need to completely revamp the point guard situation with a star or somebody that's nice at passing, even if they're not like the best scorer, but they're a creator for other people. Somebody who gets 10 assists or something like that. Somebody aggressive, because I like D Rose, and I don't know what it is about him that I was just he's off the bench. I like him off the bench. I don't like him as a starter. He's not dangerous. He's not scaring anybody. You know, even with 30 points, like him doing that was almost like a favor. It's because he had to, right? We know he still dropped 50. He did it when he was in Minnesota. whatever the case. But that's not my starting point guard. We need one of these ball cats to
I
come
agree.
in and be like, we need somebody a little razzle dazzle. I wouldn't mind at the point guard position. I don't know if I
Yeah,
want CP3 with the age thing or Lowry.
I definitely don't want
Lowry's at the
Lowry.
guard, but they do have the experience, and we would look much better in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think that moving forward, it's still super early. Even next in season and the season after that is early for quickly.
Do you think you're describing Lonzo Ball?
Yeah, I think Lonzo Ball is somebody that we should look at seriously for the point guard position, because Lonzo Ball in New York is very different from Lonzo Ball in North Carolina, in Charlotte.
New
In
Orleans.
in New Orleans.
New Orleans.
Oh shit, yeah, he went over there. His brother plays. Sorry, in New Orleans,
Yeah.
whatever the case. It's much different if he's in New York and he's
I'm
handling
gonna
the
be
ball.
honest. I like Lonzo. Um,
But
my
he's
only
got a lot of growth if he comes to New York.
my only concern with Lonzo is his attacking the basket. And as we saw this series, we need people who will attack the basket.
But that's what I feel like we need our wing to do.
No, we need a guard who can attack the basket.
Yeah, I
That's
could
why
do.
we
Yeah, we
like
definitely
Derrick
do. We
Rose so
definitely do.
much. That's why we like Derrick Rose so much. Your guards have to get into the paint. You know what I'm saying? And that's if you can't get into the paint and be effective at the guard position, then how effective are you with, getting into the paint and dishing out if you can't get in the paint? Everything has to be a pick and roll if you're going to be effective. And I need me a guard who can break somebody down and get in there if he has to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Especially when you're talking about making this team better.
Yeah.
Making this team a championship contender. Because right now we don't just want a better team. We got windows. You know what I'm saying? Windows closed. They don't stay open forever. We gotta make moves. You know what I'm saying? But I think there's a few guys out there at the point guard position that we could, we can go after. We'll see. I still want to monitor what happens with Spencer Dinwiddie. Uh, um, I'm
Forgot about him.
definitely, huh?
Forgot about Dinwiddie.
Man, listen.
Yeah, I'd be happy as a pig and shit.
Listen, I'm telling you right now, I will
Not a
lose my mind.
superstar, not a big salary.
Right,
Boy,
right,
I'd be
right.
happy to the mug with that cat.
And somebody who just recently came off a partially torn ACL, so you don't got to pay him too much. You know what I'm saying? You still leaving some money on the table. There's some moves to make. There's a lot that we can do, and I'm don't get me wrong. I would have loved us to continue on and win this series and get beat by the Sixers or whatever. But and that's just me being realistic. I'm sorry, Knicks fans,
Yeah.
real fans. I mean, you guys out there, since I'm not a real fan, but I I am excited for the off season. Without sounding like Debbie the Downer, I'm excited for the off season. I really, like I said last show, these guys, if they didn't make the playoffs, we would not have known what this team would look like in crucial situations. We wouldn't have known which player was going to break down. We wouldn't have known. Nobody in
No, I could
Knicks
have told you Bullock was going to break
Nation,
down.
nobody in Knicks Nation could have told you Obi would have been playing better in his minutes and
Oh,
even Emmanuel
absolutely.
quickly. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So there's things that we had to see in this series that it took this series to see it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I mean, Julius Randle, bring him back. RJ, bring him back. All these guys, bring him back. Replace the positions we know are the weaknesses. These other guys didn't perform, cool, but the weaknesses are the starting two guard position or three, the starting point guard position, and the center, bearing what happens with Mitchell Robinson. You know what I'm saying? Get somebody else here who can score. It's basketball, guys. We got to put the ball in the freaking basket. You know what I'm saying? Score. That's all y'all got to do. Score. And I think this team could be, like I said, if we did this year, maybe we come back as a real fourth seed. Someone that was a team that was the fourth seed the entire season and battling for the third spot. You know what I'm saying? Like those are the moves I want to make. That's progression. To answer Dante's question, how long does it take to be real contenders? I think, like I said, if you get a real star, depending on who comes in free agency, and that there's disgruntled stars out there. I don't see guys like and I'm not gonna say they're gonna come to the Knicks, but we're talking about just disgruntled stars. Damian
and,
Lillard,
and it
Kawhi
also
Leonard. But it's not only just them; it's their teams. Like Damian
right.
Lillard,
Don't mention
as
no
much as
Damian
he wants
Lillard
to
over here in New York. Forget it.
listen, and like I said with the Damian Lillard situation, as much as Damian Lillard is loyal and would not leave, it's not up to him. You know what I'm saying? He can be traded at the end of the day. We're talking about organizations with a business. If they can get 2 of our draft picks and somebody important like Mitchell Robinson or somebody important like RJ Barrett, don't think they won't make a move like that. You know what I'm saying? So this is a business. Let's not think unrealistic. I don't want us to move our core guys. I think you keep RJ, Randall, maybe Mitch together, and you surround them with Quickly and Obi. Like I missed Mitch like hell this series. You know what I'm saying? He would have been, first of all, someone who can catch an alley-oop. I got sick of watching Nerlens Noel not catch anything. They can't get the ball to him in the paint. He drops everything. It's annoying. They throw alleys to him. He comes down because he can't catch the freaking ball. Like he can't catch a cold, bro. Like it's annoying to watch. So
That's why we were
I
calling the
don't
Butterfingers.
I don't want to see him. And credit to Noel. Credit to Noel. I don't want to trash him. See this. I don't want to get too. See,
Yeah, you're
gotta
not
play both
trashing
sides of the
them.
fence. I don't want to
Yeah.
trash him because he stepped. He wasn't supposed to be
You're
our.
not trashing them. You're
He
not
wasn't
trashing them.
supposed to be our guy. He wasn't supposed to be the starting center. Mitch got
No.
hurt and he was the backup. That's how it goes. But
Thankful for it.
thankful for it. So that's really all I wanted to say. These guys gotta go. It's pretty late. Anything else y'all wanna get on before we get out of here?
I guess just a moment of silence for the postseason.
Well, we're gonna have a lot of moments for that. I think we'll be fine.
I think I'm looking. But what I feel like I'm looking forward to, like the part that I like, that the silver lining is that I'm looking forward to hearing who they say is looking forward to coming to who, because I think that since we did have a good campaign this year, I think more valuable players, are some serious
Options?
players could actually, huh?
Options? I thought options was the word you were looking for.
No, I think more serious players. What's the word? More. I think there's enough players that'll be like, I could take Reggie's spot, I could take Alfred's spot and really help New York. Like if Dame, let's say if Dame was a number, or just if we go with Dinwiddie, because Dinwiddie is my absolute favorite. I don't care about no other player. If Dinwiddie came here, New York is a completely different team.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm excited to see who the names come out that, will be the options. I just hope they don't fuck around and have this kid from Europe mess up something like Dinwiddie coming to New York or something like that.
But you don't know what you're gonna get in Dinwiddie after he comes back from his
we kind of know
procedure.
Dinwiddie was never like a real. He wasn't like a Westbrook where he was beating his body up and running super hard. Dinwiddie was just nice. Dinwiddie could shoot. Dinwiddie could create. You know what I'm saying?
Still, injuries they change players.
But here's my thing about the health injury part. Like, I feel like it can happen to anybody.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I just it's one of those injuries where I feel like anybody is at risk of getting that, except for Elfrid Payton because he never wanted to fucking run.
Right.
But but in this offseason, I'm just looking forward to it. I know they threw up things like, what's his name loves Karl Anthony Towns, and I was opposed to that before. But looking at this series, you need a center who can score in these series. I don't see you winning. Like for them to have people like Shaq and Dallas starting this Boban, whatever this dude's name is, I see the value in having like that five that can help on both sides. I loved being able that Nerlens could block. He had butterfingers, all of that stuff, and like you said, Josh, he couldn't really jump. He's lightweight. Andre Drummond was getting the best of him. We need like a real center.
Right.
That's well, and don't get me started on the whole Reggie Bullock small forward thing. That's got to happen. But I like Reggie as off the bench.
Well, we'll see.
He said,
well, we're not seeing you.
He said, we'll see. He said, but you know what? On that note, good night. He said, To all, a good night, and a good night to all. Is it the
Wow.
other way around?
How did he kick himself off though?
It looked like he had
Why?
his.
Why would that even be an option?
It
I
looked
don't
like
even
he
know
had his
what
finger on the
happened.
button. He was about to stop, and then he pressed it early. He was like, "Well,
It's crazy. I don't know what happened just now. But anyway, listen, I don't know when we'll be able to do another show. But we'll be back
there's gonna be stories all
periodically.
off season."
We'll figure some stuff out. There's gonna be a lot of stuff going on. And that's pretty much it, man. Thank y'all for joining us in this entire series. It was a wild, wild, wild series.
Yeah.
Um, it was a wild season. More than that, more than people ever expected. 41 wins. Proud to be a Knicks fan. I don't care what anybody says. This is why you're a fan. This is why you are a fan of teams. For stories like this, they didn't really. No one expected us to do that well, and it was Knicks is trash. Knicks is trash until we was good, and then now that we're losing again, those guys are coming back out because it feels good to just trash on the Knicks, but it just
Yeah.
shows how important we are to this to the NBA. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, thank y'all for this wonderful ride. You know what I'm saying? It was a hell of a roller coaster. Next year it will be better. But for right now, we got some work to do. Leon, Worldwide,
They
hopefully
already working.
Tom. They already working. They got some things to do. But yeah, man, that's all we got.
Best wishes to Peyton wherever you land.
This
Um,
guy
At
got
home, I hope
some
he land.
nerve.
I hope
You
he
got
land,
some
land at
nerve.
home.
You got some
Joe,
nerve. You got some nerve, Joe. You
you
go ahead
you
and
early for next season.
you ready? You ready for next season? Yeah, man. We on the way out, man. It was a good show. Thank y'all. Like I said, it was a hell of a season, hell of a series. I'm excited for next year because there's a whole lot that will change. And hell, man, we got more coming for y'all. Got more coming for y'all. So once again, thank y'all for joining the God of Knicks podcast, and we shall be back next time. All right, peace.